Oh, hi everybody. I just wanted to say hi real quick. I haven't been on YouTube lately. I've been kind of busy adding some voiceover auditions to my regular on camera auditions. And as you may know, if you're an actor or know somebody who is, we have to do all our own auditions ourselves, usually. Most of us do. And So, there's like 1.7 million actors on the planet, and then there's like 150,000 that are in SAG-AFTRA, and then of those of us who are in SAG-AFTRA, then just a small handful, actually book high-paying work and such. So, but I'm still working on it. I haven't given up. When you get older, you have to kind of sort of reinvent yourself a little bit. And I guess in my 40s, I really started pursuing work that I really enjoy, regardless of whether or not I'd make money at it. So that's kind of how I started this whole channel to begin with, to sort of show some of my acting auditions that I could. Sometimes you can't always show all of them, but also exploring all the areas of show business that you were ever maybe interested in. I still have to work on a script with a new friend of mine, but I've never finished any of my own scripts. I think writing just takes a lot of discipline, and I guess I pointed that out before. In the past, when I worked in writing, the writing fields of journalism, we had a deadline, so we had to finish it like really quick, and we were given a certain amount of time to go out and get the story, get all the facts, get the quotes, get it all together for the newspaper, and then get it done and turn it in. And then later on, I even became an editor and wrote headlines and all that. But we were laid out pages. This was kind of like old school. It's all done digitally now, but or like online like this. And so that's all. I've been really busy, and I know there's been a lot going on in the world, and I've still am trying to get other jobs to make money and resubmitting myself to like even some freelance news jobs, or maybe work in somebody else's insurance office just to help out. I haven't done a lot with them because when I used to have my own little agency, there's a lot of time, money, energy, and expenses even to setting that up, even if you're just doing it out of a little 500 square foot apartment or whatever. So at one point when I was more successful with that, I had a 2-bedroom and one whole room was an office, but that's a whole nother thing. But when you get older in life, you start to realize, yes, I want to make money and be successful, but deep down inside, and I've shared this with you before, I was always the kind of person that, I guess, kind of old-fashioned, that even though I've always worked all my life, I've always been a career woman and worked all my life, I've often thought I just really wanted to be a housewife, but I just didn't meet the right man for that. I've met a lot of men, I dated a lot, I was married and divorced years ago, and I was engaged to another guy and different things, but I just was not raised to really maybe believe in true love because of some things I went through in childhood. So, your whole life, I mean, one part of me did, but one part of me didn't. And then I had to like go into some counseling. I've done a lot of training, like books and self-help books, and but at the end of the day, I've always thrown myself into work, even if I never made much money at the work, because work was like therapy for me. Like the idea to not depend on anyone else and just totally be on your own, which I've done haphazardly. So I mean, I've stayed afloat, but I've never like been like a really truly successful person. But it's not really as bad as it looks. Some people might think maybe that's why I only have Well, I mean, I have 167 subscribers. I hope I'm an inspiration to those of you that do watch occasionally, maybe have wondered even where I am or why I haven't posted lately. I've just been busy with a lot. And, you know, when you grow up in a world as a child where there's, you know, some childhood trauma, but also trauma in the world, and then we're so exposed to so much trauma, you know, with, if you watch the news, you know, like I said, I started out in the news business, and you're watching all this stuff on the internet. It's like 24/7 news cycle, and 24/7 self-help. You know, we can work on everything from A to Z, you know, and we're all just, but, and so part of me thinks, oh, I should only post when I'm like really happy and really inspiring, or really feeling inspired, or feel like I can be inspiring, or whatever, you know. It's like, but, and then also the fact of, like right now I have no makeup on or anything, but it's like if you do like other work, like your regular work, like when I work call center or sold insurance, or just even now with adding the voiceover auditions to my repertoire, it's kind of nice in a way, because those are the times I don't have to worry about my hair or makeup or how I look as an older single lady, single divorced lady, whatever, you know, because, you know, and I'm somewhat older than what I look like, because my last little speaking role in a film, I played someone 40, and that was only like 4 to 5 years ago. And but I've auditioned for a number of things since. But, you know, and for those of you that just think if it's that easy, everybody should be doing it. Well, it's not that easy, and if it was, everybody would be doing it. It's, you know, like we didn't have enough obstacles to begin with. We had the actor strike and writer strike, and then we had all those other things, the pandemic, and of course all these things kind of put it through the apple cart over on everyone's job or business. You know, so many things have gone on, but we have to move on, and it can be stressful to be constantly like seeing there's so much going on in the internet, you know, with the news cycle. But on the other hand, you're exposed to so much on a daily basis. I think we all just have to learn how to just move on quickly. It doesn't mean that we can't be sad. There's been a lot of things to cry about, sad, and we're for an empath. I think, you know, think I am. I didn't even know I was until like 10 years ago. But if you're an empath, or you feel strongly about certain things, feel sad or whatever about, I mean, everybody's got compassion. I mean, most people do. I mean, there are people that maybe don't, and we need to pray for them. But sometimes some of those people that seem so cold-hearted are the most successful in the world, and they compartmentalize their lives and everything. I mean, we know about all this kind of stuff. But the bottom line, I mean, if you just just start researching YouTube, Google, everything. I mean, there's so many books now to read, and you can just listen to an audiobook in your car, you know, whatever you need to do. But with so much information coming at us so fast, I think we do have to learn how to just kind of let it go and give it to God. Let go and let God, if that's okay to say here. You know, I was born in America, home of the brave, home of the free, and land of the brave, and, you know, all that. So, you know, that's my unalienable right to feel that way, you know. And so anyway, sometimes I always think of movies too. I think that's why they're so entertaining, and I can't think of the name of the movie, but it was really a funny movie with, I think it was with Goldie Hawn, and she was with some kind of a mirror, that she was a worker, a dancer or something, whatever. It was kind of a crazy movie. I'll have to get the name of it and say next time. But it was really funny, because at the end, she, I guess she ends up meeting a chiropractor or somebody like that, you know. And then So, but anyway, they fall in love and everything. But she's like watching all these world leaders. Somehow she ends up, it's kind of like a takeoff on the Perils of Pauline, which I used to love watching those movies too. Those were really interesting. Those were movies made a long time ago, and I think they made some remakes of those. But, you know, the old damsel in distress all of a sudden, like saving the world and, you know, speaking out and getting courage and everything. But that's all. I mean, we just have to kind of learn how to move on and pray. Let go and let God and pray about things. So, because we still have our own lives to do and we still have our cleanup. You know, we got to keep cleaning up our place and organizing and you know, trying to move on in life, trying to do better in life. And you know, like even if you're older, you know, like don't worry about it. Like you don't really know, nobody knows what's going to happen, but do the best you can. Try to think young. And for me, that's not giving up on love. I've had a lot of wrong numbers and wrong relationships in my life, but that doesn't make necessarily me or that person a bad person. It's just, you know, you have to grow and heal and change, and the more you do that, the more you can hopefully attract a healthy relationship in your life. But it is still a lot of work, and you have to work on it and everything. But in the meantime, you have to still have a great relationship with God and yourself and your friends and your dog and cats or whatever you know, your work relationships, your associates with people, whether you're auditioning or going on job interviews or starting a new job or picking up an old job or career. I mean, I think we can all just sort of put our meditation at work and pray, but think, what's best for us? What's best for me? And sometimes you have to do that. And sometimes what's best for you isn't always best for everybody around you. You can't please everybody. You know, you can please some of the people some of the time, but you can't please all of the people all of the time. That's an old-timey expression that my mother and grandmother, and I think even my dad used to say that. But he used to talk more about stuff if you know, about working and not being lazy and all that kind of stuff too. So, but anyway, so I'll let you guys go. But yeah, you can please some of the people some of the time, but you can't please all of the people all the time. And with that, better left, I guess, sometimes less said the better. And just go about your life in peace and happiness, and I'll be back soon again to hopefully give you some kind of good news that I've, you know, that I either have a love life again or that I have after a long time without one. Or even then you have to be careful, because I see people, they try to tell people all their business, and maybe the couples need to work that out amongst themselves, you know. Just like when you have personal job problems or money problems or, you know, business problems or whatever it is, a lot of it you have to work out for yourself and do what's best for you. And sometimes it's a hard decision, you know, and I could sit and say, oh, well, this is hard for me because blah, blah, blah. But then on the other hand, I've done a lot of different jobs in businesses, you know, like not necessarily my own business, but being an independent contractor for another company or whatever, which is like having your own. But I have a lot of choices, but I know what I enjoy and what I don't enjoy. And I know the kind of work that I like to do versus the kind of work I don't want to do. And a lot of people my age are totally retired now because, and I'm technically trying to be, but I just have to make more money. You know, whatever, I just kind of ended up in this situation. But I really don't have a lot of other things to do besides work. I mean, I don't have a husband or kids or grandkids, so, and I have younger friends. I have a lot of friends in their 50s or even 40s or even younger or older, you know, that are still busy and working and successful. And, you know, you just kind of got to step up your game a little bit. But it's okay. It's all good. And I was going to get on here and just say a couple things. But anyway, but next time I'll fix something, either fix my hair up or wear makeup, or maybe I'll try to do more of these and do a podcast if anybody's listening. But I would like to get y'all's input, and maybe I could do more lives when I get a chance, and encourage you guys to tell me what you would like to talk about. Would you like to talk about the scary things going on in the world, and how you can kind of adapt and to all these things, and you know, deal with it and pray and all that? Or would you like to talk about work and try to get more work? And there's like a myriad of ideas on the internet. I mean, all you have to do, if you can't sleep at night, just get on and sign up for all these free webinars, and you're going to be the next this and the next that and the next, you know. I mean, I've thought about doing everything. I've even thought about selling real estate and all kinds of stuff. But I mean, it's hard to like do everything, you know. I have actually tried all kinds of different things, even to be like a script analyst. And I mean, there's all kinds of behind the camera things you can even do with show business. And a good majority of people in show business who are even actors are not like just full-time actors like a big movie star. And even they have to have other businesses too. So you can learn film editing, which I need to learn that anyway, because right now I'm going to go ahead and go off, and I'm trying to do this the right way behind the camera. So, I mean, you're like a regular, instead of reversing the video. So basically, I'm off now. I'm going to go ahead and have to turn around and cut the camera off real quick. So, okay. So, but anyway, yeah, I need to learn editing, and I even signed up for some little inexpensive editing courses in the past, but I need to get back on there. And then for my audios, for voiceovers, I have to learn how to edit more on that. So contact me for that if you have a book or something that you want somebody to do the voiceover on, or commercials, or anything. And maybe I'll do some voiceovers for you one day and practice on here. Okay, bye.